What's up, people? It's Wednesday, and it's one of those Wednesdays where I'm lacking slight motivation to get the miles in today. So I stopped at the store. So I went and bought a Zoe. I think that's what these things are called. I really don't know. I think zero sugar, non-GMO. What else is this thing? It's got electrolytes, magnesium, potassium, B and C. It's got all the good stuff to make you want to start running. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, sun shining. It's windy. I will say that. And the wind is cold. But I just want to touch base a little bit and kind of talk about why I'm gaining motivation for this run right here. Where the direction of this channel is going and where this is all stemming from. So kind of let's see how long I can make a long story even longer. So I haven't even really started to think about how I was going to start this story, but I'll just start with this. We'll just start with something good. I got sober, okay? Got clean and sober. So that was huge. I was needing to do that drastically. I was going nowhere fast. I kind of hit a point in my life where I was, rock bottom would be a good word for it. I was just literally sitting idle, waiting for something to happen. And I was pretty sure whatever was going to happen wasn't going to be good. So, somehow through the grace of God, saving me once again and pulling me from my face in the mud, I started walking, and I liked the way it made me feel. I looked forward to it, this like seeing if I could get a mile, and was like, dang, I could walk a mile. Like, I don't know. It was just something I had never done. I had never thought about running or walking or anything like that in my life. I've always hiked. I've gone in the backcountry, grew up putting in miles, but never thought about like just doing it by itself, for no destination. I was just getting in miles. And I started liking the way the walk had made me feel, and I started running. I had a bike at the time. I started biking, and I couldn't, when I'd get home, I felt freaking amazing. I felt this natural high, and I didn't know anything about it, and I still don't, to be honest with you, but I felt these natural dopamine hits that I didn't know anything about. And, I'm an addict. So that, and I grew up from a very young age, from 4 years old, getting on calves, steers, junior bulls, then big bulls, and so adrenaline junkie from a baby, literally, like quite literally. Like when I stopped riding bulls and when rodeo wasn't a part of my life, like it messed with me in a way. And I know it's not just me. I know there's a lot of other people out there that can relate to that rodeoed or had an extreme adrenaline sport, and then it was just gone. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden in life at about 14, 15, like it was just not my every weekend thing anymore. I was still going to some rodeos here and there, but then I really just I had torn my calf muscle in half. I had a big bull step on me and it pinched my calf muscle in half. And I got burnt out. But anyway, all that being said, I was an adrenaline junkie, grew up living life pretty wild and reckless. I wasn't ever seeking to self-destruction, but I found myself self-destructing throughout my entire life after I, could step back from it and look at it from a distance, like, holy crap, look at it through sober eyes. It was amazing. I was like, holy crap, man. And for some reason, and I can't explain it, running, it connects so many dots for me that I was missing in my life drastically. Like I really was needing something and I didn't know what. And praise God, man. I don't know how I found it's just like he just put it in my life. It was crazy. And at the same time, I found this guy, Cameron Hanes. If you haven't checked him out, check him out on YouTube, everything, whatever, man. He's been a huge source of inspiration in my life on just getting fit, getting the gym, starting to put miles in, and lifting, running, and shooting my bow. And man, so I'm a little over a year and a half sober now, praise God, and been running and, lifting, working out. And I've never done this before. I grew up, I homeschooled at a middle school because we were rodeoing so much. I was falling behind in school. And so it was something that I never went to gyms. I never experienced anything like this in my life before. So this is all extremely new, like health and fitness and taking care of yourself. So like I have fallen down this giant rabbit hole of I'm the beginner of beginners of running and learning how to take care of myself, learning how to work out, learning how to eat right, learning how to stretch, learning how to just, honestly learning how to live the way I've always wanted to live, but I never prioritized it properly. I always had something that was actually like self-destructing in front of it, whether it had been alcohol or whatever it was, just not prioritizing properly. It didn't even need to be alcohol or drugs or anything. It could just be like just not spending my time properly. Like I was just in idle mode and I had no idea, and a lot of the reason I didn't have any idea because I was under the influence of something, you know what I mean? Like, and to me growing up, I honestly thought that was normal. I thought that's just what it was. Like, I just thought that's how you were. I thought that's what men did. You know what I mean? Like every man that I looked up to growing up drank and was pretty heavy drinkers, And so I just, as a young age, I never even looked at life the way that I do and that I'm blessed enough to be able to look at it now until now. So I don't know if any of that makes any sense or not, probably just rambling on, but that's where the motivation and the switch gears and the flip of all this has come from. So, I used to make videos back in the day. I did the Western whole vibe and made videos, and it was epic. It took me places I never in a million years thought I would go. I did things that in a million years I never thought I would get to do, and got to meet and experience a lot of awesome things and meet a lot of really cool people that I'm still friends and tight with today. So that's huge. And it took me down an unbelievable ride with social media and all of that. And some of it was on YouTube, and there's still some old videos of stuff I was doing and people still cracking into them today. And it's humbling, man. And I appreciate it. It's crazy. That journey was unreal. But if you were a part of that journey and you've seen all of that journey, this is going to be something completely different and honestly, a completely different me. So I'm stoked, man. I'm kind of fired up. I wasn't really hyped on doing anything like this ever again, but through running and finding something new, I caught myself going down the rabbit hole on, learning and watching all these new videos of these ultra runners and just these marathoners and how they're eating and how they're working out, how they're living their life and how they're, what they're interested in, like where they're gaining their knowledge from and all these different things, listen to Andrew Huberman. And I never thought in a million quadrillion years I would care about any of this stuff. Like at all. I would have laughed at you, I promise. Like not in a bad way. I would just like, it just wasn't on my radar at all. But now it's honestly changed my life and I can't get enough of it. So with that being said, I was like, man, I was watching some videos and I caught myself like checking on these guys' pages every day to see if they've dropped any new content. I'm just pumped and excited and a fan of this new thing, that I never knew was here this whole time. And so that kind of inspired me to want to make some videos again, man. I just think, why not? If it helps anybody get out there and try something different, maybe you've struggled with addiction, maybe maybe you didn't know running could make you feel good. I didn't. I had no idea about any of this. All I knew and ever heard about running was like, why would you do that? Or like, if I ran, I would puke. Like, never heard anything good about running. Like, running's what you do if you're in trouble, right? You got to go run laps. Like, I never thought this in a million years would change my life, have me pumped. I think it's, I don't know, man. It's epic. I want to share it with people. And if it could help change somebody else's life in the way that it's helped me, dude, it's worth it. That's what it's all about. So could you tell I needed motivation to run? I've got it now. I'm pretty fired up. I feel like going and getting some miles in. So cheers to that. Work hard, try hard, pray a lot. That's what's going on in this video. That's what's going on in this channel. All some new stuff. And I hope you dig it, man. If you can vibe, like, share, comment, hit the subscribe button, because I guess that's a part of like pretty big deal, part of this YouTube deal. So hit the subscribe, man. I hope you guys dig it.